What's up, my fellows? So I saw a Blame Truth video while I was out and about today in my recommended feed. I saved it to my watch later. I just watched it. It's really bad. It's not good at all. The video, I would say, sucks. So today we're gonna be looking at it, my fellas. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this video.
Blame Truth here, and what you're seeing is a little snippet from Twitter. Now, here's the thing, man. This is just a viewer of mine posting that Pal World is absolutely destroying Call of Duty on Steam charts. It's taking the world by storm. And then we have True Game Data, who I think makes really good videos, chime in with this. And this is nothing against him. I just have read this statement so goddamn much, I'm fucking sick of it. I have read it since Call of Duty came back to Steam, and what he's saying here has been echoed countless times whenever I cover the Steam charts Call of Duty data. He says Steam charts don't include Battle.net and console numbers, which are like 95% of the player base. But yes, Pal World is awesome, and I am happy for their success, just not a fair comparison. Where does that 95% of the player base, 95+% of the player base statistic even come from?
Okay, so this True Game Data guy might just not have known. He might just not care enough.
Well, it's made up on the spot. The truth is we don't know the actual percentage divide of the Call of Duty player base. We did get some data from the Microsoft Activision acquisition trial or whatever that said that PlayStation seemed to have the most players, followed by PC, followed by Xbox. So this 95+%, I've seen this countless times. He's not the only one that said it. I think it's just this emotional connection to Call of Duty and the way things were in the past where, yeah, that probably was true. Like 95% of the player base, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, yeah, they were on console. But it's simply not true anymore. Went PlayStation, and then PC, and then Xbox. And this is verified. However, I actually did some digging yesterday because I just got sick of seeing this. I got sick of like, I don't know, saying that this is not true. The statistic is just made up on the spot. And I actually found Bobby Kotick under oath during this trial dropping the actual percentages of the player base divide. Whenever I cover Steam charts and I show you guys how badly Call of Duty is doing, and I want to reiterate here, guys, whenever I show Call of Duty on Steam charts, it's not just Modern Warfare 3, it's not even just Warzone. It's also Modern Warfare 2 as well. It's all under one launcher. And every sub-mode is also under one launcher. So this includes people playing campaign, people playing zombies. You know, like, it's actually pathetic that 3, technically more than that, games in one. I mean, if you want to add in every single game mode, it's probably like 10 different game modes. Struggles to break 100,000 concurrent players on Steam, which is the biggest PC gaming platform there is. Whenever I post this stuff, people...
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Trying to say that, like, each different game mode in a Call of Duty game is a completely different game, that, like, because the way he's phrasing this, the way he's framing this, is as if, like, he's pretty much trying to frame this as if each different Call of Duty game mode, like, you know, TDM, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Domination, Free-for-all, Kill Confirmed, Control, Gunfight, as if all those are each different games, like, that deserve to be, like, the way he's listing this is as if he's saying, you know, there's multiple different games, which there is. There's like 10 games in here. There's like 25 in one if you count all different Call of Duty game modes. I'm trying to act like those are different. Okay, so trying to act like those are different, like completely different games that deserve to be like removed from the player count or whatever, which is like shame, you know. You can reach 100k players on PC, which I agree with. There's definitely over 100k players if you know. You count all the fucking platforms, Blame Truth. I get his point.
People always make up excuses. And guys, after a brief word from this video's sponsor, not only are we going to get into the percentage divide and what it actually is, you're going to be shocked at this, but we're going to get into AAA gaming as a whole, and we're going to get a deleted tweet. I'm going to show you guys a deleted tweet from a former Call of Duty employee that was recently fired. It's gonna get spicy. Stay tuned. Enjoy the ad. I'll be right back. Today's video is sponsored by Factor. Factor is one of the long-running sponsors on my channel because as far as I'm aware, we're all human here and we all have to eat. I haven't met a human being yet that can live without eating. Maybe one day, but until then, we have Factor. You see, Factor is perfect for me because I'm a very busy guy and sometimes I just don't have time to cook. I'm also quite a healthy guy and I work out and I need proper nutrition, I need good macros, I need carbs, I need protein, I need fats, but most importantly, I need all of these macros to come together in a nice, delicious meal that tastes good. The convenience of Factor cannot be overstated. Just pop it in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes and you are good to go. And the macros, my God, they are amazing.
I tried every single one of these, and not only did I think that they were all delicious, I also loved how creamy and smooth the drink's texture was. I actually looked forward to drinking Soylent every day, be it before or after a workout or before or after a meal. And beyond that, the 20 grams of soy-based protein that each bottle offered was perfect for my dietary needs during my bulking phase.
All right, guys, welcome back to the video. So this is from the Microsoft Activision acquisition trial, straight from the horse's mouth. Someone asks, how many daily active users do COD games have? 70 million, says Bobby Kotick. And from what I understand, this is Call of Duty as a whole. Not just the newer games, not just the newest game, but Call of Duty in general. Every single game that is on a platform is tracked in this. Now, with that said, Call of Duty Mobile is killing it. Like, Call of Duty Mobile does fantastic. We all know that. But I didn't know that it was this good. Like, look at this. The bulk of players are playing on phones. Then you have probably 25% on PC. And then there's probably, say, 15 to 16% on PlayStation. And then 7 to 8% that play on Xbox. Kotick said in his testimony, under oath. This guy tries to break it down into fractions, but the fact of the matter is, whether you want to admit it or not, the times have changed. PC gaming has been on the rise for the past several years, and now it seems to have taken the throne of consoles even. Maybe not as a whole, but 25% of the player base for Call of Duty is on PC.
I mean, here's the thing. It's literally just the way the market has been shifting. The overall gaming market. It's been shifting much more towards PC gaming and much more towards mobile gaming. That's just the way the market has been going currently so far with the current trends. That's what's happening. Is that the market is trending more towards PC gaming, mobile gaming, and cloud gaming. Like it's just the facts of the matter. So he's not necessarily wrong here. I mean, it's fact, so I can't really disagree with him.
Now, this doesn't take into account the newest game, and from what was said in a previous thing I covered, PlayStation was in the lead there. So it's a bit contradictory, it's a bit confusing, but someone on Twitter helped me kind of make sense of it all. He says, Call of Duty's player base has been steadily shifting for 4 years. Two statements taken a year apart can both be true. Prior to Warzone 2, we had actual player data through the API and could confirm that the largest player base was on PS, making the statement by MS. It was also shown through leaked documents that PS owners spend a disproportionate amount of time on Call of Duty compared to other platforms. The overall trend towards PC gaming has continued, and statements made during the trial very much mirrored shifts in quarterly earnings reports, making the at that moment player counts also correct. Now, here's the thing as well. Whenever I cover concurrent players on Steam, that's not the same thing as an active user per day. See, Call of Duty is chasing you to get on the game no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're playing 1 hour or 10 hours straight or even 10 minutes. They want you on the game at least monthly, because monthly active users are even more important to their metrics and investors. They want to just rope you in, even if it's for a little bit. So if you boot up the game, play one match, and get off in disgust, that's still
correct. Blame truth. A company cares about their investors, like what the investors think. I could never think about that. Which, to be fair, now they don't give a shit because, I mean, this is Microsoft's investors now. And the Microsoft board, not the Activision board. But, before that, definitely they cared a lot because, it's the fucking company. It wants to make money and get investments. I know, absolutely dubious and evil.
Seeing the success of these indie titles or just games that kind of just came out of nowhere making it, makes this all the more satisfying because it's not just Call of Duty that is guilty of releasing complete garbage. A lot of people have said that 2023 was a good year for gaming. These people eat paste. It was a mixed bag, if anything. We had some good indie titles and some good mainstream titles as well, but I'm just going to give you...
So y'all could say I'm multi. I don't really give a shit in all honesty. So pretty much the reasoning from what I can see for the issues with Payday 3's matchmaking at launch was the fact that Overkill, which is the company that makes Payday, is they massively underestimated the hype for Payday 3 and they massively underestimated the launch day player counts, right? Causing servers not be able to keep it up. Which, another thing to add on is that, obviously, if you're comparing this to Payday 2, Payday 2 has 10 fucking years of content, no fucking shit. Payday 3 is going to be fucking unfinished compared to it. Guess what? Because it's been out for 5 months or some shit. I don't remember. It's been out since fucking October. So, I'm sorry. It's what do you expect? It's obvious. Alright? Alright. And if you're not comparing to Payday 2, how the fuck is Payday 3 unfinished? How? There's not that many bugs at this point. I'm sorry to tell you this. You can say that you don't like the fucking gameplay. That's fine. I do, but that's this is an opinion at this point. And then, okay. Blame for the fucking real question. How is the game problematic? I don't understand it, dog. I really don't. It's I just don't understand.
Games are either mediocre or bad, in my opinion. That's just the way mainstream gaming is. Meanwhile, I played Lethal Company just recently, and I can't say enough good about it. Again, it was made by one dev. One single dev-made Lethal Company. And for $10, I more than got my money's worth, and I'm still going to play it with some friends once I get some home renovations done and can get time to game again. On top of that, Power World's out, and while I haven't had a chance to play it, I've heard nothing but good things. But what's even more interesting about Power World is how it actually came to be. I put this little snippet in the last video at the very end, but I actually want to read it to really hit it home here and show you another example after the fact. Power World, I think, from what I understand, had around roughly 50 devs by the end of it all, and it's still in early access, by the way. Top game on Steam, in the millions concurrent players right now. Power World's weapons animators was a surprise hire. CEO Takuro Mizobi revealed that they hired a 20-year-old junior high school graduate with no experience in the game industry after finding a few videos of his on YouTube at the time he was working part-time at a convenience store. Suddenly told by a small unknown game company in Tokyo, we want to hire you as a full-time employee, so please come to Tokyo from Hokkaido. Normally, people would suspect some kind of shady fraud. Entirely self-taught through YouTube videos, he is now working on the biggest game in the world. Always incredible to see indie dev success stories like this. It's better, though. The more I see of this game's development, the funnier it gets. Development equivalent of pocket change for a budget. This is referring to Power World, by the way. Team didn't know even basic development terms, learned as they went, found a gun enthusiast at a gas station, threw everything at the wall, and stomped Game Freak. I mean, guys...
Alright, I gotta say two things. One, flavor of the month games. I have two that I can think of off the top of my head. Lethal Company and Power World. Honestly, they're not gonna have any long-term success. Anybody who thinks the Power World is legitimately going to be able to compete with Pokemon on fucking any large level is just flat out fucking capping. They're just stating. They're just not stating facts, bro. They're just lying. Power World has so many fucking issues. The boss fights just don't fucking work. The pals just will not attack. The AI fucking sucks. They're just retarded. There's a wealth of other things that I can mention, but I don't really feel like fucking mentioning right now. It's wild.
This is where things are going to get a bit controversial in this video. And what I mean by that is, I've said this before in past videos, and I've had people clap back at me. And look, if this gets me canceled, or if this is controversial, then I'll leave the internet right now. Because I don't want to be here. I don't want to be around you fucking idiots if this is considered a controversial take. The diversity hires and the fact that people are just hiring based on anything but talent, vision, passion, and work ethic is why modern gaming, mainstream gaming, is in the state it's in. Power World, the devs for Power World, simply hired the best people for the job. And look what they accomplished. Lethal Company was developed by one person who had a vision, who had passion, who had talent. Look what it accomplished! And then look at this in comparison, please. Team at High Moon Studios. Feels like a joke when Activision Blizzard King says we believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, then fires their token woman. Well, that's because token woman that got fired, it is a fucking joke! You should not be hired based on anything but your raw talent, your passion, your vision, your work ethic, what you identify as, what you have between your legs, what you don't have between your legs, whether your parents are African royalty, American slobs, maybe you were found as an orphan in a dumpster. It does not matter. If that's a controversial opinion, please end me right now. Because I don't want to be a part of this clown show. I simply want the best people for the job. I do not care if it's a team of Asian midgets, man. I just want the best devs for the job. I could care less what you are, what you look like, who you are, what you've done even. Maybe you I don't know, stabbed a man to death in the back of a New York City cab or whatever. Well, if you didn't get convicted and you somehow squeaked by and you made one of the greatest games of all time, fine! I'll let the justice system handle that.
Never fucking said it was the victim! I never said it was the victim! I never fucking once said it was the victim! And I'm sick and tired of being called a fucking rapist! I'm tired of it all! I'm tired! I'm fucking tired of all of this! So I'm done! I'm fucking done! Fuck!
Okay, I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. I fucking completely agree with what he's saying. I'm not even gonna try to say it. I completely agree with what he's saying. But it's like the heel versus babyface guy, right? Like, just going on a massive spurg sesh in your video, just, I'm sick and tired of being called a fucking rapist. I'm tired of it all. Like, that is not helping you get your point across. Like, I agree with you fully, Blame Truth, but try to don't scream and shout. Just state it, because I agree with you, but you're not making yourself look great. Also, this is another thing. It's obviously a worker is going to talk shit about their company after they fucking get fired because they're pissed, they're balding, they're sad that they got fired because they fucking suck at their job and can't make a game to save their fucking life. I think you understand this, but I would hope you do. Okay, all my fellas here and all my fillettes, I'll be seeing y'all later. I'm really tired. I just got finished editing. It's 3:39 a.m. for me on a Saturday, so I gotta lock in and go to bed. But I'll be seeing y'all later, or never if you never come back. Anyway, have a good rest of your day, and remember, stay a gamer.